Annulment or de facto relationship. Now, when I do an assessment of a potential partner visa applicant, I always feel a sense of relief for the client, and yes, also for us at Down Under Visa, when I see that they have a reasonably uncomplicated life and are both legally free to marry. I always feel sorry for them when I see that the Filipina lady is still legally married, because that means they have some work and some stress ahead of them before they can start working on that actual partner visa or prospective marriage visa application. Now, why is it a problem when a Filipino is still married? Okay, clearly when someone is still married, they can't just go and marry again. That's called bigamy, and it's a crime in the Philippines as well as in Australia. And in the Philippines, unlike Australia, dissolving a marriage through a no-fault divorce is not just a walk in the park. Australia, one grounds, incompatibility, one proof, be apart 12 months. Get an easy divorce kit from the family court and you can do it yourself. I did. The hearing took about 5 minutes, thump of the gavel, and it was all done. Philippines, there are two countries remaining in the world that have no legal divorce. The Philippines and Vatican City. Even conservative old Ireland has taken that plunge. Personally, I understand the motivation. Marriage has become a disposable arrangement in most of the world. Toss it away when the magic has gone out of it, rather than knuckling down and working at it. I'm very glad that my wife and myself are believers in hanging on no matter what, because I know we can survive whatever comes around the corner. However, I well and truly understand that we all want a soulmate, and being trapped in a loveless marriage, or where the husband ran off years before and there's no chance of him returning, well, sure, everyone is entitled to happiness, and you can only, truly sort out marriage problems if both parties are prepared to work at it. Can't do very much on your own. Now, one of the issues here is that young men in the Philippines act like young men everywhere, and here they refuse to wear condoms, so babies happen to couples who are not ready and definitely not committed, and there's many a rush marriage. Basically, they settle rather than choosing their partner wisely. Then the young man decides he has more drinking and hanging around to do, so he takes off. The single mum you meet has a remaining legal marriage to this dropkick, and you're stuck with a large obstacle to your own happiness. And as I explained, no-fault divorce. Oh, you have annulment. Annulment in the Philippines. Easy? I'm sure annulment's described by many a four-letter word, and I doubt if easy is often one of them. Annulment's a hard slog. I've explained in detail in other articles, please feel free to look them up on our blog page, about the overall basis for annulling a marriage before. But in short, it means this. A marriage is a contract between two people that requires a commitment to a lifelong exclusive relationship. Like all contracts, they require that all parties to that contract understand fully what they are committing to. This is why you can't get a drunk person or a 12-year-old child to sign a contract, because they don't understand what they're committing to. Now, annulments are basically a loophole in the system, and if you can establish that one or both parties were psychologically incapable of understanding the commitment they were asked to undertake when they walked down the aisle, the court can declare the marriage annulled on that basis. So definitely not a rubber stamp. Now, the family code of the Philippines is there to preserve the Filipino marriage as the basis of a stable society. So therefore they don't let them go easily. Now, the annulment attorney needs to establish a strong case and then present it to the Filipino court system. Now, hard work, a lot of evidence to gather, psychological reports, the works, several hearings, and all via a busy court system with judges who seem to go on holidays and seem to attend seminars a lot. Some of the attorneys like to promise 6 months, and some will present the client with different fees for different lengths of time. Now, I'm sure there must be something against the rules about that. Invariably, we get a lot of frustrated clients who hope like crazy that Down Under Visa has a solution to the hole that they find themselves in. Now, do we have a solution to long annulments? We have no way of getting involved in the court system, sorry to say. The court system is how it is, and other than speedy no-fault divorces, I don't see that Australia has anything much better. The court systems exist to see justice done, and that takes precedence over convenience, and it always will. That's the case everywhere in the world. Now, the only real option to annulment is to consider a de facto relationship and applying for a partner visa on that basis. Now, fortunately, that option is there, and if you find your annulment dragging, it may well stand as a realistic option for you. Now, de facto relationship partner visas. It's actually the same visa as a standard partner visa. In other words, a subclass 820 onshore partner visa or a subclass 309 offshore partner visa, which is applied for in the Philippines, as distinct from in Australia. The only difference is that it is based on an established de facto relationship instead of based on a marriage. And when I say established, I mean established. Okay, it's not a visa to commence a de facto relationship, especially for those who think it's a way of avoiding a lifelong commitment. The commitment comes first and the visa application happens second. So if you're not ready, then this is not the visa to look for. Look at a tourist visa if you're not ready to commit. Okay. Now, again, I've written lots of articles on the topic of establishing a de facto relationship. If you are already in one and have been in one for 12 months or more, great. If you are almost there, okay, we can give you guidance to ensure that you have a solid case which the embassy or department will accept. Now, what if you haven't even started? Never lived together at all? All is not lost. But you need to accept that it will take time, and you will need to be prepared to make effort and to make changes in your lifestyle. And you need to be truly prepared to take the plunge and to start living in a truly shared life with your partner, and to live as if you were married without that piece of paper which makes it all legal. Now, it's going to take a year to do this at least, but if it looks like the annulment will take longer, then what do you have to lose? If you still wish to marry, well, the good news is that you can get a divorce for a Filipino marriage in Australia later on, after she's settled in Australia, and then marry in Australia. Yes, it can be done. Did it myself, and it was no harder than any other Australian divorce. So let us know if you find yourself stuck in the annulment cycle and you see no easy end, and be prepared for some work with some solid guidance and a definite light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Down Under Visa, who specialise in visas for Australian Filipina couples. Please visit our website and complete a free visa assessment form, and please watch some of our other videos. Thank you.